Hey, I'm Rob for JTLpodcast.com, and today I'm going to be playing a solo game of Samurai Spirit, this tiny little game. If you're watching my channel last month, I think it was, because of the way I'm recording videos, I'm all out of sync. I did my top 5 solo games. This was number 1. I realised I haven't actually played it for a very long time. And the reason that I don't play it is because I don't really play games solo that often. And this one is a fully open information co-op game, so I generally don't play it co-op either, even though it is in my top 10 games of all time on a consistent basis. So, what this game is you are basically 7 samurai, plays 1 to 7 players. You each take a samurai, defending a village, Magnificent 7/7 Samurais. Is that the name of the film? The Japanese film, 7 Samurais? I think so. Defending a village from incoming raiders. Let's take a look at the board. To see the village itself, here it is. This is the village thing. There are some barricades, which are quite hard to see actually. There's only 3, because when you're playing solo, you can play, well, any player can play as many characters as you like. You can play with all 7 samurai with 2 players, with 1 player if you wish. But in a solo game, it's suggested you play with 2 or 3. Now I've gone with 2, I've gone with these 2 here because a third one wouldn't fit on camera anyway. So I'm just going with the 2. And because I'm playing it on hard, you get a number of barricades, that's these, equal to the number of players plus 1. So I've got those 2 there, and I've got this one. Let's put this one around the back, defend the back of the village from intruders there. There are these 6 villages that you need to protect. There are also 3 villagers in the middle. And basically what you do is you have a stack of cards. Players are going to take turns drawing one of these cards and either defending them or attacking them, or confronting them, I should say, to use the proper game terminology. And basically if you run out of either villages or villagers, then you will lose the game. If one of your samurais, let's get this one here, this is this samurai, so if a samurai gets 2 wounds, they flip over to the animal side, become more powerful. As you can see, this guy's got 8 on his attack track and his ability is there, and you can see he's got 11 on his animal side, so he's tougher, he can attack, he can handle more raiders. We'll get into all this in a minute. And his ability is upgraded from just this fence thing to this fence thing and this Healy thing here, so they get much better. But if any one player gets 2 wounds on the animal side samurai, the game will end and the invaders will win. So protect the village, protect yourself, that's how you do it. Okay, so this player has the first player token, so it is Katsushiros who is whose turn it is, so they're going to go first. You have one of these meeples. These meeples show you how much power that they are defending against, or have defended against, or confronted this round. So we'll look at that in a bit. They also have this token, which is their ability. That is their ongoing ability, and the reason it's on a separate token is because as one of your actions you can support the other player. So I could, on my turn, instead of fighting one of the invaders, I could give this token to this player, so on their turn they would have both of these 2 actions available to them. Okay, so this is your intruders, which we'll talk about at the end of the round. But when you support somebody, if I wanted to pass my token to them, what you would do is you take the top card of the raider deck and add it to the intruder deck, and they get resolved at the end of the round. And while we're on the subject of these ability tokens, we have the tokens in a solo game and a 2-player game actually. You have all the other tokens from the other samurais, the unused samurais available to you. We'll go through what these do shortly, but basically these are once per game. So if I use this one, I'd use it at the beginning of my turn, that would be gone for the rest of the game. So let's not try and waste those either. It's just important to note to just look at these symbols around the town as well. So this is where your deck goes. This is the deck of intruders. There are 7 intruders per player. All these intruders are valued 1 to 4. Now in round 2 and 3, and that's where the game ends, if you survive 3 rounds you win. In round 2 you have a lieutenant added who's a value 5, and in round 3 you have a boss added who is value 6. So we'll check those out if we get to them. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. So the first thing a player will do on their turn is apply the battle penalty, but we haven't done anything to earn a battle penalty yet, so we'll look at that shortly. The next thing you do is take one of 3 actions. You can fight, you can support, or you can pass. We're not going to look at passing just yet. Support is where you give your token to somebody else. We'll look at that shortly as well. But let's take a look at fighting, because that's the best bit. And we're going to take this card. Now there's some important information on this card. There are the value, just the value 1 is the lowest value person in the game. This is what is attacking. He's going to attack a farmhouse. That's quite important. This is the battle penalty that we talked about earlier. This is gain a wound, so that's really bad. And this is what happens if they become an intruder. Basically, as you're revealing these intruders, we'll get into more at the end of the round, but any with a fire will burn a barricade. If there's no barricades left, they burn a house. He's not going to go in there anyway, so don't have to worry about that. So what you can do then, you can confront or defend. So let's take a look at what those two do. So if you confronted, you would put on this side of your board, and then you adjust your value accordingly. So he's a 1, so we'd move him up to 1. So that's what you do if you confronted. If you attack, he goes to the other side. Now on the other side of the board, you have the 3 symbols here. You have the peasant hat symbol, and you have the farmstead symbol, and you have the family symbol, which matches these on here. Now what you can do is you can line them up with the correct symbol. So if you do this, you can defend against him there with the farmhouse. But you can only have one of each of these per round, sorry. So we can only have 1 hat, 1 farmstead, and 1 villager person down this side. Same for this side. There's 14 cards in this deck, so we need to make sure that we're putting high value people this side. The other thing to consider about this card is this battle penalty. So at the beginning of your turn, when I talked earlier about applying the battle penalty, this is where you'll put it. So say I put him on this side, I confronted him, so he's on that side of my board. At the beginning of my turn, I'm going to apply this battle penalty, which is a wound, which is bad straight away. So maybe don't want to do that. So this is quite an awkward card. It's going to give me a wound at the beginning of my next turn, which I don't want. Also, it's only a 1, so I don't really want to waste him, on defending. But I do have an ability with this character, which is this. We'll put his token back over there. So what it allows me to do is once per turn, I can take the card I've got, put it on the bottom of the deck, and then use the next card. But if I do that, I have to take that next card. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use this ability. I'm going to put it at the bottom and reveal the next one. It's a 2. It's a family, and his penalty is going to burn a barricade. So that's not great. But it's a 2, so I'm going to defend there. So now we have them defending against the family. Over to Kaiuzu. Again, no battle penalty. There's no need for him to pass. Doesn't need to support, so we will take this card. This is a 3 and a hat. I think that's a good idea to put that there, like that. Now his special ability is if they've got a card here, so if I've put this here, and I draw another 3, because I've already got a 3 there, you just discard it. So that's pretty cool ability, but I'm going to put him there anyway. Back to this side, no battle penalty to apply, doesn't need to pass, doesn't need to support, so we will take a look at this card. Oh, it's another one of those. So I think we'll put that to the bottom as well. That's a 3 with a family, but has already done the family, so we can't add it there. So we're going to have to put it here really, and that moves his value up to 3. Now if they get it to exactly 10, this coloured number, you get to activate the Ki power here. And what this ability does, just lets you take the top 2 cards of this deck, look at them and rearrange them in any order you like and put them back on top of the deck face up. So it's not too powerful, but it's quite handy. And what this ability does is it stops this character defending, so on my next turn I won't be able to put any characters on this side of the board. Okay, back again to Kaiuzu. Let's have a look. It's another 3. Now, here you can see nothing to defend against, and he's got a wound, so it needs to go on this side here, and then because it's 3, move up to 3. Back to Katsushiros. Oh, it's a 4. And I can't defend against it with the hat because of this ability. I could put it to the bottom and hope I get something better. That's going to burn a barricade. 4 isn't good. 4 is not good at all. So I'm going to put it to the bottom and hopefully get something a bit smaller. I've got 3. Okay, so let's put that there. That brings that up to 6. Now what this does, it means that the player to this player's left, which is this person, on the start of their turn, they're going to have to put a card on this side of their board. So that's going to be interesting. But anyway, back over to Kaiuzu. We have this one. It's another 3, but it is a family. Oh, he's going to lose a wound. He's going to gain a wound, I mean. So this is interesting now. So I could put this here, and that would be cool because that's the family quota filled for this person. It also means that it's another 3, not on this side of the board. But if I put a 3 on this side of the board, it covers this wound up. And that's probably what I need to do because I don't want him to get another wound. I could use one of these support tokens to stop it, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to put him up to 6. This ability here means that this person is going to draw a card and add it here. So let's add a card to this person. It's only a 2. And it prevents the barricade from being stopped as well. This means that cards are going to be added to the intruder deck at the start of the turn. Now it's Katsushiros' regular turn. So let's take a look. Another one of those again, just a 1, but it's going to cause a wound. Can't defend the family, because I've already defended against the family there. So I guess put it to the bottom. Let's put it to the bottom. I just don't want any wounds. Not this early. Burning Barricade, I guess that'll do. I don't want to use any of these support tokens either. I want to save these for the end of the game. He's only got 1 left on his power track. If he gets a 2, then he's out for the rest of the round. And he's got a lot of open stuff here, so this isn't good. Okay, so Kyuzo activates the battle penalty, puts a card here into the intruders, and then he's going to... A 4 kills him, a 1 lets him activate his power, a 2 or 3 will get discarded, so I don't know if I want to take that risk. There's lots of 3s out. I'm going to risk it, I'm going to fight with him. It's a 2, so a 2 is discarded. Back to Katsushiro, who is going to fight again. It's a 1, but it's a farmstead, so we're going to burn a barricade at the start of the turn. If you run out of barricades, as I said, you're going to burn a farmstead, so that's not good. So let's put this under there, so that we have those 2 dead. 1 into the intruders from his ability, and he's going to fight again. Hopefully it's another 2 or 3. It's a 4, that's not good. It's that, oh no, it's a 4 with a hat as well, so can't even defend against it, which means he has to put it here, which means here as down. Kyuzo is out for the rest of the round, but there's only 1 card left. I think we know it's a 1, because I think we put 1s to the bottom. So let's have a look. It's Katsushiro's turn. Burn a barricade. Let's burn the second barricade, and then, yep, okay, so it's going to have to go here for 1. And that's the end of the round. One thing I need to do as well is when Kyuzo got overwhelmed, I need to remove a barricade for that too, so that is 3 barricades down. So now we go down the penalties, and we start with a hat. So whoever hasn't defended against a hat will gain a wound, which means Katsushiro gains a wound. Whoever hasn't defended against a homestead will burn a homestead, so we're missing 1 here, so they will burn this one. And because we're playing it on hard difficulty, you suffer the penalty, which is burn a barricade, and we are out of barricade, which means you go from the outside inwards, which means we lose another farmstead, which means gains a wound, which unfortunately will kill Kyuzo. So you clear the wounds off them. Flips over to his more powerful and better looking, in my opinion, animal side. And then we need to look at who hasn't defended against a family. So they haven't defended against a family, so they'll lose a random family token. Let's start from the top, we put that aside. And we get to set the bonuses of the remaining family, the surviving family. So we get to remove the top card of the intruder deck into the discard pile, and we get to get a barricade back, which is awesome. And now we resolve the intruder stack. There's only 1 card left. It doesn't have any flames on the bottom, so it doesn't do anything. If it did have flames on the bottom, we would remove a barricade for each one that was done. So that is round 1. We've got 1 person on their animal side and 1 person with a wound. We've got 1 barricade left, and we're 2 villagers down. That was after the easiest round of the game. It's going to be a short video. Okay, we're set up for round 2. We've got the 2 family members back in place. We've got 1 barricade, we've got 4 farmsteads. We have a level 5 lieutenant in there as well. Kyuzo is on the animal side, which is good and bad, because it means it's half dead basically, but he's more powerful, so he can handle more stuff. Katsushiro is still on the human side, but has a wound, which isn't great, and we really need to start using these so that we don't get in too much trouble. So the start player marker goes to the person to the left of the person who took the last card in the last round, which was Katsushiro. So Kyuzo will go first. There's no battle penalty to be applied. There's no need to pass or support currently, so let's go with attacking. We have a 1, and we have a hat. No battle penalty, so let's do that. Why not? It's a good start. Katsushiro is up. A 3. It's a farmstead, so let's go there. I like that. Feeling good so far. Kyuzo. It's a 4. It gives you a wound. Can't block it. So I'm going to have to put that here. Can't defend because there's nothing to defend there. So it's up to 5 already, which isn't great. Katsushiro. Can defend against that if they want. Stop them gaining a wound, but it's only a 1. I'm going to defend against it because I don't want this ability making me play cards where I don't want them to, which is obviously the point of that ability, but I really want the option to play things to the left should the need arise. Now, I don't want Kyuzo to get a wound. So what I could do is spend this support token, which one is it? This one, that blocks the penalty of a card numbered 2, 4 and 6. So I might play that. I'm going to play that. I'm going to remove that from the game so that one's played. Ignores this battle penalty, and hopefully we'll get something now to cover that up that won't be as bad. It's a 1, but I'm going to cover that wound up with it. So that's now a 6. I don't want him being 1 wound away from losing because that's really bad. That's going to be game over if one of your samurais dies. So let's go to Katsushiro. Has a 3 and already has the farmhouse covered. So we're going to go here. I could put it to the bottom. No, I'm not. I'm going to put it here. 3. Beginning of Kyuzo's turn, I'm going to burn a barricade because of the penalty, which is the only barricade I've got, which isn't great. And let's take a card for him. It's a 1, so I could discard it. It's also got a farmhouse again. I'm going to protect against the farmhouse, but it means I'm going to burn a farmhouse next to him with him, unless I do something. At the beginning of Katsushiro's turn, this activates, which causes Kyuzo to draw a card, which is a 4. I think it has to put it here and can't put it here. Yep, it has to go this side, and they can't use his ability, so we can't discard it because there's already a 4 there, so it's going to have to go there. But it covers that barricade up, which is good. But it's only 2 away from passing already this turn. We're only just over halfway through the deck. So it's Katsushiro's turn. Katsushiro is going to attack. Oh, it's a family. That's good. I can go there. Now, Kyuzo. No penalty to be applied, which is good. I'm hoping we can get either a hat or a family to cover these 2 symbols up here, because otherwise it's going to be... Oh, it's the lieutenant, who's a 5. Oh, balls. Becomes overwhelmed, which means I lose a barricade. I haven't got a barricade, so I lose a farmstead, which means I'll lose a family member as well. Oh dear. Them's the... whatever the saying is. So Katsushiro, 4 cards left in the deck. It's all down to you, mate. So now Kyuzo is out. This penalty, because it can't be applied, will give Katsushiro a wound instead. Yeah, I'll just take the wound. You're not out. It doesn't make you pass. It just flips your board over. So now a very cute fox. And it's still on 3. Okay, now it's his actual turn. Bit of card trick. Oh, it's the same one! Unbelievable. I'm going to put it to the bottom. And then it's a 1. It's got no ability, no penalty. That's the main thing. I don't want him getting another wound. In fact, it doesn't have that wound because he died. I still don't want him getting a single wound. So let's go to the next one. He's just got to keep fighting, really. 1. I can put it to the bottom. No, take a 1. Take a 1. Although intruders are bad. So that puts 1 there at the beginning of his turn, and then it's his turn again, so he's going to attack the last card, and it's a 3. So, 1, 2, 3. Not looking good. Okay. So, let's do the end of round thing again. So Kyuzo hasn't defended against a hat, so gains a wound and is 1 wound away from ending the game. Both defended against a farm and hasn't defended against a family, so that family member dies. And that is game over. The most unsuccessful game of Samurai Spirit ever. I didn't use enough supports in the first round, so I was taking hits that I didn't need to. I was trying to save them for later on. But I only used 1 this round, and I didn't use any in the first round, which was a mistake. I should have used the supports. Obviously, support is good. People helping you is good. It's a good thing. If I had more brains around the table to help me play this game, maybe I'd have done a little bit better. But yeah, as you can see, it is a very simple game, very nice and easy. It's obviously very pretty. I mean, look at this artwork. You can't fault this artwork. That is just beautiful. I love it. It's from Antoine Bowser, who's of course known for Seven Wonders and other games like that. It's really good. It is my favourite game to play solo, even though, as you can see, I'm not very good at it. To be honest, that's the first time I've ever played it on hard. Having these is a massive hindrance, because this one burns another farmhouse, and then which could cause you to gain a wound very easily. So yeah, there's quite a few things. Well, sorry, that one caused you to burn a barricade, which will then, if you haven't got any barricades, it will cause you to burn a farmhouse. This one is to burn a farmhouse straight away. So yeah, it's very good. It's very small. Let me grab it. It's a very small box, as you can see, so it's very portable. It's also one of the best boxes. Let me show you the insert for this box, because if I can get the box open, I've done it. So you can see here, these are the sleeves, because the cards, these sleeves are too reflective to play with on camera. So there's the sleeves for the card there, and you can see they fit in the box well sleeved. You've got all the slots for everything here, all the boards fit in here. This board fits nicely on the top with the rule book on top. It's great. It's very compact. Good job there's no expansions for it have come out. Highly recommend this game, especially if you like co-op games and solo games, because it's a co-op and solo game. What a stupid thing to say that was. What I mean is that if you like games that you can play as a co-op, if you haven't got that alpha gamer, because it is a problem, because when you reveal a card, when you draw a card, you reveal it, and then everybody can decide what's the best thing to do. The start of your turn, when you're choosing which supports to use, everyone gets a say in what you're going to do, and there's going to be people who are going to tell you what to do in some groups. You know who they are. If you don't know who they are, it's probably you. But yeah, I just really like it. Highly recommend it. It was probably still in my top 10. Well, maybe after this performance, I might just put it in 11 in my top 50 games of all time this year, just out of spite. But no, I really like it. It's very good. It's one I've had since I pre-ordered it actually in 2014 when it came out. So I've had it for 6 years now. I don't play it anywhere near enough. I ought to play solo games more often. I just haven't. During lockdown, actually, this is the second solo board game I've played. I've played digital games on Steam, but I haven't played many board games. I played a solo of Monumental because I got that just before lockdown. This is the second game I've played. Really enjoy it. Give it a go. That is Samurai Spirit. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of Samurai Spirit, and let me know what I could have done better in the comments below. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of future videos. You can follow me on Twitter, Insta, Twitch and YouTube at JTL Podcast, and support the channel at jtlpodcast.com/donate and /coffee, and finally find the blog at jtlpodcast.com. I've been Rob, aka JestaThaRogue, and I'll see you soon.